Speaking of Drake, they just put out this Mount Rushmore. I think it was Spotify. They did their Rap Caviar Mount Rushmore, and they kind of got the votes for the fourth person, and they're putting like these murals up everywhere. Here's one in Raleigh, North Carolina. I got on the screen. It's got Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, and Nicki Minaj on the 2010's Mount Rushmore. And obviously, they got one in Toronto, a few select cities. They got like some graffiti murals up with those four individuals' faces on Mount Rushmore for the 2010's. What do you think?
They got a mural up home. They got a mural up in Raleigh.
Yeah, it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. I think they did it in everybody's individual cities. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so who from Cole from Vietnam?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Right, Cole from the Nam.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you agree with all four of those for the 2010's? I say Future should be on there, but again,
I'm an MC guy, so it's like, I mean,
I'm taking J. Cole. I'm gonna just say it like this: I'm taking J. Cole off, and I'm putting Future there. I'm okay with Nicki being there. I'm okay with Drake being there for whatever reason. That can't really be ignored too much. And Kendrick's there for the MCs or whatever.
So is Cole.
I don't think both of them could be there for the MCs.
I'm not replacing.
I think Future, I'm sorry, is more important for the 2010's than Cole. I see what you're saying, who's the better MC or whatever. But if you remove...
So I'm saying,
if you remove J. Cole from...
Drake or Nicki off?
Huh?
Why you not taking Drake or Nicki off? Why Cole gotta go?
I mean, Drake's the biggest star of the 2010's that just can't be denied. And honestly,
I'm sorry, last time Nicki and Drake made some shit that slap?
I'm talking about the 2010's.
Mike, and I'm still asking the same questions. That's why I'm asking it. Because last time
in 2018, Drake did lose a battle.
No, Mike. All jokes aside, when the last time they dropped some shit that slapped? Because what you're gonna find is that you're gonna find that to be somewhere between 2010 and 2015, and if we go on a 10-year basis,
that's a good point.
Drake ain't made no shit that slapped from 2015 to 2020.
I will say that J. Cole's work, his consistent work.
Name the project, name the song. That's what I'm saying. Like, nope. Not doing that. Not taking Cole off and leaving them on when they ain't made no shit that slapped since prior to 2015.
Okay, so
because this is rap, he's an MC.
Are you cool with Future being on there?
I'm cool with Future being on there, but we're not taking Cole off when Drake and Nicki ain't made no shit that slapped post 2015.
People are saying take Nicki off.
I don't care who one of them gotta go though, because them the two that ain't made no great music in the last 7 years.
Well, I mean, listen, I think that Nicki's impact on the 2010's is
I care what
strong.
the music sound like.
Okay, so you're talking music, I'm talking impact. Because if we talking music, I would have a whole different set of people up there. But if we talking impact, and you gotta understand, like Spotify's Rap Caviar is just like, I mean, if you look at the playlist that is, it's kind of like the commercial rap. It is very what it is. There's no other nice way to put that.
It's very bourgeoisie.
Mm-hmm. It's very, for lack of a better term, luncheon. I don't want to name the company's luncheon, but
Strike a pose. Strike a pose. You got to pose to take the photo.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, just based on that and what Rap Caviar is, I think taking J. Cole off and putting Future there makes sense for them. Now, if this was according to hip hop 2010's, Mount Rushmore, it'd be different. It'd be Pusha T on that bitch.
So if we just doing like a hip hop 2010 to 2020 list, what I'm trying to say is that Cole and Kendrick are probably still on there. The other two slots are in question.
Yeah. Again, man.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Mike. That's what I mean. It's like, well, how about this, Mike? Conway came out with Reject 2 in 2015. Rock Marciano's on that project, Mike. Lean on the cane like what did he say? He said, I lean on the cane like muscular dystrophy.
Again, man, I love Rock, man.
But what I say that to say is that when you get to this rap shit, that's what I'm saying. Look at what Conway been doing from 2015 to 2020. I'm not putting Drake or Nicki ahead of a guy like that that's been performing like this since 2015. The verse from The Cow is 2016, Mike. The verse on Brutus on Supreme Blientele is 2018. From a King to a God is last year. No.
Let me ask you a straight question. Who's the better rapper, Conway or J. Cole?
Conway.
I agree. Who's the better rapper, Conway or Kendrick Lamar?
If we're talking just purely on what I hear, I'm going to tell you Conway to that too.
Why would you say that?
Because Conway does things on a rap level that all the other people who have been number one in his slot make you do and make you feel. That's what I mean. Like that Jesus Christ's record. Niggas keep blocking my goals. I'm going to make it messy. It's like, what?
You know, one thing I will give J. Cole credit on, and I know we've kind of, we've speaked our grievances on, some of J. Cole's shortcomings as an MC overall. But of those four people, he's the one that raps, right? He doesn't do all these voice inflections. He doesn't do all this gimmicky stuff. And I love Kendrick. But I think that's when Kendrick comes up short for me, when he does all of that animated stuff. Because I would be a hypocrite if I would clown Eminem for some of that stuff that he does and not say anything about Kendrick doing that. But when you talk about just putting like the bars to the mic or whatever, J. Cole does that. And I see what you're saying when it comes to Conway. He does that, but does it slightly better.
And here's what's slightly better about it. All things being equal, they're all three comparable MCs. Conway touches a different type of nerve with his elite level lyricism, like on Lemon. Like when he was like, Flea told me, hold on, what did he say? If it's that joint at the end, he's like, fronted my homie, called it a joint. He stopped answering. Flea said, if you don't handle it, it's, you know what I'm saying? I know what
talking about. Yeah.
He's talking about it could lead to cancer if he doesn't handle the situation on some street shit. In other words, you can't let it slide. You got to handle it. Like Kendrick and Cole don't talk like that on a fundamental level where it's like he's being lyrical, but then he gets on the street shit. It's like, well, that nigga did me wrong.
That's like what Pusha T does.
Right. I talked to my man about it. My man is like, that shit gonna hurt you and maybe give you cancer if you let the bullshit slide. We got to go get this nigga. It's like niggas talking like that on record that are super lyrical. That's that Prodigy shit that I'm talking about, Mike. And
I was just about to mention Prodigy. I was just going through my Instagram
the other guy that I've seen do it at that level where it's like, oh, well, you can't fuck with that. That's why we try to tell you. It's like the shit that Nas do and Jay do and Big do. When somebody like Prodigy or Conway is at the top of their game, they're right there with them because the feeling and the vibe, Mike, vibe.
I was going down my Instagram timeline.
Nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for themselves. In this land, we be gunning. Keep the shook crews running like we supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to. When niggas start talking street shit like that, but it's lyrical, it's hard to touch, Mike. And Conway does that as well as anybody ever.
Yeah, it has a whole different energy, man. I was scrolling down my Instagram timeline and somebody posted like this Prodigy freestyle. I'm sitting there listening to it, or like he was in the booth rhyming, and I was like, man, this shit just hits different. Again, like you don't need all those tricks and schemes and acrobats and all that stuff. And I know I probably sound like an old head with that, but there are people who are able to just put words together. It just hits you different. That's what Daytona is. That's why I love Daytona. That's what Daytona is. Like hard piano, that shit is dope. Rick Ross does it too. Rick Ross does it. He's able to put words together in a way where it works.
So let me tell you what's happened like with Pusha T and Conway. This is what I like to call some of the Cool G rap effect again. See, when Jay came along, he was inspired by Cool G rap too. But he took it somewhere more commercialized than Cool G rap did. Conway and Pusha T have doubled down on the G-rap shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, no, we're not going to commercialize it. We're going to double down on this G-rap talk. You get what I'm saying? When you double down on that type of talk and you're great, it's hard to beat, Mike. Conway, hard to beat. You know what I'm saying?